demonstration video, we will be looking at one of the many features of the Fujitsu ETERNUS storage arrays that provide added benefits in a VMware virtualized environment. In particular, we will be looking at the automatic storage tiering feature of the Fujitsu ETERNUS storage arrays. The automatic storage tiering feature of the Fujitsu ETERNUS storage arrays allows you to create a storage pool made up of different types of disk drives. Once you create this storage pool, you can create logical volumes on this pool, and those volumes will take the benefits of the different type of disk drives in your storage array. So you can have a flexible tiering pool, which is the underlying pool of an automatic storage tiering feature, that consists of 1 to 3 subpools. You can have a subpool with our SSD drives that gives you very high performance capability with less capacity than the other disk drives. You can have a mid pool that uses our online disk drives that are our fast 10K or 15K disk drives. And then you can have a low pool that consists of our nearline disk drives that give you very high capacity but lower speeds. And the automatic storage tiering feature will automatically move the data between these disk drives depending on the access frequency of the data. So the most used data will be migrated up purposes. I've set up a simple 2 subpool flexible tiering pool. We can see if we look at the pool itself that it's got 2 subpools. It has a high subpool that uses our SSD drives in a RAID 1 configuration. And it has a low subpool that uses our nearline disk drives to give me high capacity. The policy itself that I'm using today, we can see here, it's set in a semi-auto mode. There's 3 types of execution modes you can have on your policy. In the automatic mode, the software will automatically monitor the performance characteristic of your data and dynamically migrate the data between the subpools. In the semi-auto mode that we're using today, it will monitor the activity of the volume, but it'll wait before it does the migration so that you can do it manually. This allows you to set up your policy and make sure that the movement is the way you want to. In this case, it allows us to demonstrate it a little bit better. So this volume I'm using, I have over on VMware console here. I have a virtual machine that's using a flexible tiering volume. And right now I have a simple data pattern on that virtual machine similar to what you'd see in a database. We have reads going on at almost 500 IOPS per second. And we have some write operations going on at about 230 IOPS. You can see the latency for the read operations is around 26 milliseconds. And we have a very high latency for the write operations up in the 80 millisecond range. So this is about what you'd expect if you tried running a database on the nearline disk drives, because they're slow disk drives that have very high capacity. If we go back and look at the ETERNUS SF software that manages the automatic storage tiering, we'll see that he did detect that there's about 11% of the volume that's got high activity, and he suggests moving it up to the high tier. And he's going to keep about 88% of it down on the low tier. Again, if you had set the policy to automatic mode, this would have been automatically migrated for you. In this case, for the demonstration, we set it in semi-automatic, so we can go ahead and execute it at a certain set time. So I'll go ahead and select execution for that operation, and he'll go off and start migrating data up to the high tier. And if we monitor the VMware console, we'll be able to see the performance as it changes during the automatic storage tiering. However, since we're maxing out this storage pool right now with performance, this will take a little while for the operation to complete. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video, and we will come back in about an hour's time to see how the automatic storage tiering performed. The future, and if we take a look at the storage, we can see the reallocation is about 54% complete. When we look at the performance, we can see that we immediately started getting a decrease in the write latency till it went down to the 1 millisecond rate. The IOPS for write are gradually increasing. The read IOPS are also increasing, and the response time for the reads are starting to come down now. So we're managing to write into the high tier, and we're still doing the allocation for the data that we're reading out of the low tier. So again, this will take a while longer to complete, but I just wanted to show the midpoint here as we see that while the reallocation is going on, we are getting better performance. We're improving the performance, and we're improving latency. So I'll go ahead and pause the video again, and we'll come back after the complete reallocation is completed. Okay, we're back. As we can see on the storage array, the reallocation has completed. When we look at the performance, we can see that the read latency continued to decline until it went into the sub-millisecond range, as the write latency did quite a while back. We can see that the IOPS have continued to increase until they've gotten up to their maximum. And we can see the read IOPS are up in the 24K range now, and the write IOPS are up into the 12K range. So we've drastically increased the IOPS for our virtual machine and decreased the latency, all by using a couple SSDs in our storage pool so that we continue to have high capacity and we get high performance for our most recently used data. So again, the automatic storage tiering feature of the Fujitsu ETERNUS storage arrays is a valuable feature in the VMware virtualized environment. Thank you for watching this video.